Hello my friends, Virus here, and with all these Switch 2 leaks coming out recently, I thought I'd make a video on not the Switch 2 leaks, but rather what I think the perfect launch lineup for the Switch 2 actually is, at least in my opinion. I do plan on making a video on the Switch 2 leaks, but I thought I would just give it a little bit of time just because, well, everyone else is covering them right now. But I feel like mine would just get outclassed and just like overlooked by some because, you know, a lot of just bigger people are looking into them, and their videos are great as is. So if you want to know anything about the Switch 2 leaks, I recommend any videos like Spawn Wave or heck, even Arlo. That's certainly an option. He covered a few of the Switch 2 leaks. Game Explained is probably the best for that because they cover it like as soon as they find out. But with all that said, let's dive into what I think is the perfect launch year for the Switch 2. This first pick probably seems a bit obvious, but obviously I'm talking about Mario Kart 8 9. It seems about right. We got 8 and then 8 Deluxe for the Wii U and Switch when it came out, but 8 Deluxe was originally just Mario Kart 8 with all the DLC. Of course, they gave us the booster course pass recently, relatively recently anyway, and that was a really nice fresh coat of paint for that game. However, I think we're really ready for a brand new Mario Kart, all new original tracks, of course probably some from other games as well, and maybe even all new characters. And then with Mario Kart 8 9, they could do a little pack-in deal for Black Friday, which always sells. But yeah, Mario Kart 8 9, that seems like a pretty solid launch title for the Switch. Now I know this next one's a bit of a stretch, but I think that we need to launch with The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild Definitive Edition. Now, currently this launch lineup just seems very, very similar to the Switch 1 already, but I think they could make it work. Over the course of Breath of the Wild's lifespan, we got quite a few content updates, as well as 2 waves of DLC, possibly slightly more. I'm not entirely sure. I wasn't completely following the DLC. And I think just having that packaged up into just one game, I think that would sell. That has quite a bit of value, and I've heard a lot of good things about the DLC. I've personally never played the DLC, but I've been wanting to. The only thing that's been holding me back is just paying more money or just playing the same game again. I know that there's like additional content and it's not like the exact same thing, but it's like I already beat the game and I don't know if I just want to like go back to it in that way, you know what I mean? Plus, we're gonna have the inevitable Switch 1 eShop shutdown. We know it happens to all the good consoles, so I think having a definitive way to play the DLC once that eShop is gone, I think that's perfect. Next up on the list is, of course, Mario Odyssey 2. Yeah, I know that you see the pattern here, bear with me here. It's been about 7 years since the last Mario Odyssey game, and it has been rumored to be in development, but I feel like a big new Nintendo console needs a big new Mario, you know? And it doesn't necessarily have to be Odyssey 2, it could be something entirely different. Heck, they could even launch with Mario Galaxy 3, that'd be really cool. But just a big, open, fun Mario game, I think that would be a very good tie-in for the Switch 2. Last but not least, I want something gimmicky. They gave us 1-2-Switch last time, and Snipper Clips, which I guess Snipper Clips was kind of its own thing. But 1-2-Switch, everybody said very mixed things on. I mostly heard negative, unfortunately. So I want to see if they could take that idea of a pack-in game, pack-in launch title, and just revamp it and just make a really cool pack-in game that people are going to want to play. Nintendo Land, for example, on the Wii U, that was stellar, and it showed off all the capabilities of the Wii U. It was incredible. Lots of variety in the games you could play and the people you could play with. But I definitely think something gimmicky or just a little pack-in game would be perfect. They're most likely going to do that because that just helps push the console out and sell copies. But I'm really excited to see if they do something like 1-2-Switch again. They kind of gave us everybody 1-2-Switch a year or two ago, I believe, and that was kind of a flop as well. So maybe they probably won't do another 1-2-Switch game in the foreseeable future. Maybe they'll do something different, who knows? And that's the video. That's a handful of games that I think personally would fit very well on the Switch 2, especially in its launch year. And I'm kind of excited to see what comes to this next console, especially since it's rumored to be as powerful as a PS4 Pro. And don't get me wrong, the PS4 Pro is still decently powerful, and that would open up a slew of possibilities for a lot of third-party releases to come to the Switch 2. But what would you like to see on the Switch 2? Let me know down in the comments below. But thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like and be sure to subscribe and hit that bell so you never miss any Virus content. And as always, I will see you in the next one. Virus out.